All right, guys, so let's back up to Sunday. Submission Underground 19. Championship was on the line. Mason takes on Ishii. Bader seeks redemption over Rumble and gets it. Craig Jones returns over. I mean, I could go on and on. Amanda becomes the first ever women's champion. Like, this was a real night, right? Kevin Casey and Checo finally settled their business. You work on down the car. Sunshine gets upset. One of the first matches of the evening. Like, this was just a crazy night from my perspective. I had fun. A lot of you like Sugg. I have a passion for Sugg. Okay, so it's just a little different. So, but I like to bring you in on what I went through. Sometimes I'm like a kid at a candy store at these things, right? This is just a good time for me. Okay, we get done with Submission Underground. Now, what that consists of, and you must understand for Submission Underground, we have 2 venues set up at all times. We have 2 cages, 2 camera crews, 2 satellites, 2 productions to deal with anything that could happen at the last minute in terms of a change in structure or rules for a municipality. One of these things, you got to be prepared. So it's double expense, it's a double cost, it's a double effort to get one product. It's what it is. So when the night ends Sunday, our year ends. We are done. Now, I understand the year is only a matter of days away, but we're still done for the year. And closing out a year does come with some significant differences. In this particular case, one of them was to do away with one of the venues. For information we're getting from a governor's office, which is the location in the municipality of the other venue. Fine. But we tear the set down. And I mean, we tear it down. This is the traveling circus to the highest of level. We throw up the tent, we pop the popcorn, you put up the cage and the light, you tear it all down and you sweep it up at the end of the night. It's on a truck, on a trailer, and you are headed to the next town. We do all of those things. Get a phone call. Dana, I want a Submission Underground, another one this year. Okay. Now, you have to understand, and I'm sure you guys do, if somebody says year to you, that means in the next 365 days. Like, year is one of those words. It's one of those words. I want it this year. Okay, I have 12 months. No, that's not the way Dana meant it. He meant in 2020. I don't have 12 months, guys. I have 10 days. I don't have a venue because I just tore it down. Okay. There's only one answer when Dana calls. There's only one answer. Yes. You don't say yes, you might not get another call. And the number one policy in the UFC, and in all fairness, this is the number one policy in Bellator, but I will make it exclusively to the UFC because I'm dealing with Dana. The number one policy, and it's probably not what you guys think, it's not have a profit. It's not be on time. It's not have a good attitude. Those are all on the list. They're all top. The number one cultural policy at the UFC is do say. You do whatever you say you are going to do. Number one. You would be stunned how many mistakes you can make over there. Have a job to come back tomorrow. You don't do what you say you're going to do. Oh, point that I'm trying to make. When I say the word yes, it is game on. So I got to start beating the phone. We got to call everybody back. I'm talking, there's things that go into a show. It seems very simple. You sit here, you talk to a camera, you get up and go home. Well, no. That camera's got a name. Somebody sets that camera up. Somebody brings, that microphone has a name. Somebody brings in the microphone. I only share for you. Lights, camera, action. A lot of phone calls, a lot of moving parts. End of the year, holiday. Everybody was paid out and told, you're done. Get everything lined back up. Get everything lined back up. Within 24 hours, we were rebuilding the venue. Get the venue set up. And you got a card going on simultaneously. What is going to happen? And what had happened in the last one is it turns out Ryan Bader is awesome. And Ryan Bader is one of these guys from a personal perspective. Okay, that's Ryan. For me, that's Ryan. When I'm with him and people come up and they want his picture and autograph, it's like, Ryan? He treats me the same. I mean, it's the same way with me. Chael? It's the same way. But when you know a guy from way back when, and then all of a sudden he becomes a star. He's not a star to you. That's Ryan, right? That's just a lowly, dirty grappler from the Pac-10, just like me. I share this with you because he goes on and has this crazy level of success. He wins a world championship. In the process of winning the world championship, he beat Fedor Emelianenko at Fedor's own game. Ryan Bader does not go out and tackle Fedor. He goes out and trades with Fedor and puts him down. I'm just sharing with you. It's one of these things where he wins a world championship and you go, you had a good moment. You had a good run. He goes to a different weight class. He wins another world championship. All of a sudden, you're sitting back and going, hey, this whole, good old Ryan, he went out there and had a good run. You don't stumble your way into a world championship in all fairness. But even if you want to be the guy that knows a guy from way back when, and so you chalk it up, you don't win two. I mean, you don't win two. Guys, I had big goals. I think you guys would give me that. I tried hard and I had big goals and I put myself in a good I never even had a goddamn goal to win 2 world championships. Why would I want to win 2? 2 world championships in 2 different weight classes at the same time. Why would I want to do that? How are you going to do that? I mean, right, there's a level of success that is following Ryan Bader that can't be denied, yet we still deny it at times. And maybe it's just me. I still deny it at times. So he's going to go out there with Rumble Johnson. Bader's going to have some good moments and he's going to get a little bit closer and he's going to lose to Rumble Johnson. That is how this is going to go. No, not so fast. Turns out Bader's really good at grappling. In beating Rumble and coming in as the sitting reigning world champions, the people on the rankings committee move Bader to number 1 contender. Well, that means Bader's got to take on Mason, a match he's not likely to win, for pay that he's not likely going to do anything. It's not going to impress Ryan Bader. I will tell you that much. We're not going to get Bader. You just made a number 1 contender out of a guy who we can't get. Great. The politics of the business, fine. Come back, tell the people what happened, and the number 2 guy's going to get a crack at Mason. We call it Bader because you have to, so he can tell us no and we can move on. He says, yeah, I'll be there. I looked down at my phone. I thought maybe I misdialed. I know a lot of Ryans. I thought maybe I misdialed their player. It said Ryan Bader. So I played it calm. I said, all right, Bader, so you'll take on Mason for the championship next Wednesday, December 30th? Like, I re-say everything to him, thinking he must have not heard something right. He's like, yeah, I actually talked to Coker yesterday. He watched my match. He loved it. Him and Kogan are pretty big fans of this stuff. So, yeah, I'll be out there. Is it same airline? Is that okay? I go, yeah, same airline's okay. So he goes, hey, by the way, I'm really getting my main training in with CB Dollaway. And you guys know CB Dollaway from the Ultimate Fighter, from the UFC, right? Everybody knows CB. But I know CB, he was in the Pac-10. He was teammates with Bader. They went to Arizona State. Oh, by the way, CB Dollaway was an NCAA All-American, and he might have even done it twice. I might have to look a little closer at his resume. Bader did it twice, and I believe CB did it once. He might have done it twice. Point being, CB's another one of these nasty, decorated guys. Anyone, anywhere, anytime. And he says, well, can you get CB a match? And I said, man, it's no problem, but Dana specifically wants a star-studded cast, which means I got to put him against a hammer. And he's like, yeah, that's great. Just get us both a ticket. Like, blows right past that part. And we never, not one time did we discuss anything. Well, man, who are these guys? I've known these guys forever, but I didn't know these guys were straight up badasses. I knew they were good at what they do. I didn't know they were bad. It's a badass that will take a match on 5 days' notice and not care who it is. So Bader not only has done that, he knows who it is, and he knows he's favored to lose. Didn't flinch at all. Not even a little bit. Bring CB in. I don't tell them anything other than you're getting dealt from the bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay. All right, great. So I hang up the phone, call my buddy Ryan. I go, hey, man, these guys are in. Who do we have available for Dollaway? And he goes, I just hung up the phone with Boogeyman. He goes, that's the only spot that's open is Boogie. I'm like, okay, I need to talk to CB. Like, Bader just agreed to anything for his boy, but CB's not going to agree to this on 5 days' notice. with having never done this rule set. So I call CB Dalloway. It was like talking to Bader. He changed the topic on me so fast. Hey, CB. Hey, it's Chael. Match is next Wednesday. You got Boogeyman. You in for that? He says, and I quote, sure. He any good? It's exactly what he, and I said, yeah, man, he's awfully good. He said, how's your family doing? He changed it. We never spoke of it again. I said, man, my family's good. How's your family doing? We never spoke of it again. So I only share this with you because, guys, in my life, in this little joy of being involved and having the Top Grappling promotion, I'm having fun, right? I'm living my dream a little bit, but there's headaches to the highest of levels, and the number one is dealing with competitors who don't want to compete. When I get on a phone call with Bader and then CB Dalloway, who I've known for years, and they turn out to come as advertised, they turn out to be straight badasses that do not care what the odds makers say or what the rules are. They want an opportunity to compete. I feel as though I owe it to them to tell you the story. And in hindsight, as I'm looking back at Ryan Bader, and I'm surprised that Bader took a match that Vegas right now has him a 2.5 dog to lose. He's the sitting heavyweight world champion who's supposed to get beat during the holidays for no damn reason at all. In all fairness, as I look at that, and I was surprised at first, and then I start thinking back to his career, a heavyweight All-American, a 97-pound All-American, got in the cage, knocked out Fedor with Fedor. Why? Of course Ryan Bader said yes. The hell have I been? I've been underestimating Ryan Bader. Of course Ryan Bader. Of course he said yes. Apparently that's what he does, and CB is cut from the same cloth. Oh, by the way, did I mention for you? The man, the biggest star in all of grappling, Craig Jones, is coming back. Now, Craig Jones is on a mission for one thing, which is to rid the sport of Mason Fowler and take his championship back. Period. You can't have a conversation with Craig Jones without at some point either Mason, the championship, what do I have to do, road back coming up. Can't happen. You could see him in person. You could pass him in the lobby at the hotel. You can jump on a phone. At some point, that's going to come up. Ishii, Olympic champion who just took on Mason Sunday for the championship, went into overtime. It turned out to be a really great match of a star-studded affair, and Ishii hasn't competed in a period of time. I don't expect that to have been the best Ishii, in all fairness. It's a damn good Ishii, but in all fairness, he's still a human being. Just because you're the Olympic champion doesn't mean that other human things, such as rust, such as lack of experience, such as the pressures of being in a main event title match, don't apply to you. They do apply to you. So that Ishii that we saw take on Mason, who was very good, I do not believe to be the best Ishii. Ishii is the guy that's available. Craig Jones is the biggest star in the sport. Ishii is willing to put up the accolades of an Olympic championship. Craig Jones is willing to give him the rub and let him take on sport's biggest star. It's one of these things where when you have extremely short notice, you're either not going to get the guys that you want, or they're going to play a game and try to turn the gun on you, which would have pissed me off. That would have pissed me off. They would have got it. I have a job to do, right? Do say, I told Dana, yeah, it's yes, I'm getting this done. Short term. Long term would have been a bad idea for those guys. Real bad. They'd taken this out on me. Believe me, they'd have gotten a payback. But they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Craig Jones is going to finish the holiday, get on a plane, and be right back here. Ishii was planning to go home for the holiday, change his plane. He's getting right back here. So let me break this down for you guys one more time. Wednesday, December 30th, end of the year. The only event left this year anywhere in grappling. The only combat left anywhere. Submission Underground 20. The championship is on the line. The Bellator heavyweight champion of the world, Ryan Bader, will take on the Submission Underground absolute champion, Mason Fowler. Craig Jones, the biggest star in the sport, will take on Olympic champion, Ishii. CB Dalloway, All-American, Ultimate Fighter, UFC veteran, will take on the Boogeyman, Richie Martinez. There is more matches coming. There's another big match coming. Gabe Gonzaga is going to be half of it. I will tell you who his opponent is soon. UFC Fight Pass, Submission Underground, Wednesday. Got to mark that down, 6 p.m. Eastern. See you all soon.